views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
Let me be your lighthouse so I can show you the way. Let me be your shining light, I'll keep you from drifting away. I'm the one that makes you try when...
This is Patty Hunter of Patty's Page. Today, my special guest is Amanda Luedeke. Hello, Amanda.
Hello, Patty.
Anyway, this will be it. Anyways, we met her. I met her a while back at a church where they're releasing their new book. Now, is this your first book that you have done?
Yes, it's my first book.
And it's called Sense of Wonder.
Yes.
Wowzer. Now, you had someone, Hannah Opliger.
Hannah Opliger.
Opliger.
Yeah, she's my friend, and we attend the same church together, Northeast Church, here in Fort Wayne, and we wrote the book together. It's a holiday devotional book. So
Well,
it goes from Thanksgiving and then through the New Year, and just tries to help you stay centered on what matters. By using your senses and by thinking about the Christmas story. So we go through Advent, lots of fun little things in there.
That's good. Advent is very strong. It's very needed just before the Christ child is born.
Yes.
So, how long did you take to write this sense of
This book, so it's been a long process. We first came up with the idea about 4 years ago. And then I also work as a book agent, so I work with authors and I help them get book deals with publishers. So there you go. So we put our idea together, and then I started shopping it around, showing it to various publishers, and it took about 1.5 years for us to find someone who, we got good feedback on it, but I don't have a big platform, I don't have a big social media or anything like that, so it was difficult to find a publisher to say yes.
especially when it's Christian?
Yeah. So we did it. We found a publisher. They're called Our Daily Bread. They've been around for a very long time, producing.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they do these little pamphlets that are in many churches, like simple devotional.
Yes, I've seen that, eh? To get that book done, how long did it take? A year, or get all the information together? Or?
For us to write it, it took us about 9 months to write.
Wow.
And then we had kind of like a very furious summer where we really focused on getting it done. But the whole process from beginning to release, it's been about 4 years, just a journey of, step by step trying to get closer to the goal. So
editing it.
Yes, so the publisher edited the book, proofread the book, they did the cover. It's got a beautiful interior design.
Oh, let's see.
It has
well done. It's big letters.
Yeah.
For people like me.
Easy to read. It's just very beautifully done. And so we turned in our manuscript, I want to say 2 summers ago. And so over the past 2 years, we did the editing, the proofreading, and we also just had to wait for the season to come because you can't release a Christmas book in March,
This is Christmas, yes. This is a Christmas, devotional?
Yes, a Christmas devotional.
Let's go through this. Oh, wait a minute. Where are you from?
I have been living in Fort Wayne for about 20 years now, but
So
originally from Chicago area.
Chicago.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
I'm from Toronto, Ontario, eh? We're Canadian. Anyways, So it took us a long time to get down here. But this looks great. You want to go through it, leaf through it, and see what,
Absolutely.
yeah. So in the beginning.
In the beginning. So the book is divided kind of by the holidays. The first section is focused around Thanksgiving, and it's called Preparing for the King. And in this section, we just want people to help take on a posture of gratitude.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's so much easier to sense the Spirit and to connect with Jesus when you are already grateful and in that thankful posture. Yeah. So we spend a week, there's 7 daily devotionals that you can go through. And each devotional, it has a little practice in the beginning of the devotional where it incorporates one of your senses. So it might ask you to light a candle and to gaze upon the flame and to think about the Spirit of God. Or it might ask you to smell cinnamon or a spice and to think about how that spice is the same yesterday, today, and forever, similar to Jesus himself. So there's like these multi-sensory experiences at the beginning of each day, and then it's just a simple like 2 or 3 page devotional entry for the day. It has scripture, there's a prayer.
Do you write anything down?
Yeah, there's some questions that you can, and there's some questions in some space to answer.
Me, I write big.
You might need a notebook then to go alongside.
She's going to sign it too for me.
Yes. Well, actually, I already did. I made sure to sign it. So there it is. There's my signing.
Oh, my
Yeah.
stars. Is this one signed?
Yes, I signed them both.
Okay.
So yeah, that's for a friend, or you can keep it or whatever you want. Then after Thanksgiving, we go into Advent, and we cover the 4 weeks of Advent.
Why was Advent?
Why Advent?
Yes. I mean, the word Advent, and why is it celebrated just before the Christmas?
Advent is about preparing for Jesus, yes. The anticipation, the expectation, and getting your hearts and minds ready for the coming King. And Advent is a preparation for Jesus coming as a baby, and it's a preparation for Jesus coming again, like his return, and it's preparation for Jesus coming today, like how he is here right now.
Was, is, and still to come.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I think when you think about Advent in that way, it just makes it so much more meaningful because you're thinking about what happened, what is yet to come, and what is true now. So how it affects our lives now.
How did you research everything for the book and know where to put what subject and talk about it?
We focused a lot on just the calendar, you know, wanting to move from Thanksgiving to Advent to Christmas to New Year. So that was important. But also my co-author, she has...
Hannah.
Yes, she has a degree in spiritual formation and discipleship, so she knows things.
Okay, who has the husband that's a pastor?
Her husband is a pastor too, yes. Yeah, he's the pastor at Northeast Church.
Yeah.
So she brought a lot of knowledge to it, you know.
That's true.
Yeah, I bring some knowledge. I've been a Christian most of my life, so like you can bring that to it and the things that I've read and the things that I've researched. But she was able to bring that just higher level of academic knowledge.
Now this book, is it for Christians or introduction to the Holy Season to people who are not Christian? Is this for just who?
I think it's, of course, great for Christians, but the way that it's done, I think it would be a great fit for anyone who might have a loose relationship with God, or maybe they attended church when they were younger, but they're not in the practice. Yes, to kind of remind them, this is why we celebrate, this is what we believe, and this is what God is offering to you today. Like, he is still present with us. He is still active in our lives, and he can help bring peace, hope, joy, love to everyday life. And so I do know of people who have been reading it and they've said, oh wow, this would be great for my family member who is just, they're searching, they're on the line. Yeah, yes. And it goes through the Christmas story, so they get that.
So they get
well.
The truth.
Yes.
Tell you the truth.
Yes.
You've been getting most of this from the Bible, your information, your research.
Yes, from the Bible, from church tradition, and from our own experiences, living as best we can, following Jesus. Like, what has been hard, what has been delightful, what has been surprising, and we really tried to just write just an honest. Things aren't always easy. Life is hard.
You know that?
Yeah, you know that for sure. Life is hard. And we want to be honest about that in the book. So I think we accomplished that.
So, just a Christian church can be for Roman Catholic or Lutheran or any church that's Christian.
Yes, it could be for any church. We don't have like a Lutheran perspective that we bring or a Catholic perspective, but we embrace those perspectives. Yes. And so there might be things in here that, we might talk about communion in a different way. But I think it's still very accessible. And I've talked to a number of local Catholic churches and they've been interested in it and excited about it. So I just would love for it to be able to reach all Jesus followers.
That's right.
Yes, absolutely. That's where our heart is.
The Holy Spirit is receiving everything that you are writing about. And sense of wonder is beautiful.
Yeah, we were really happy with that title.
Now with the candle in front, what is beside, in front of the camera, is something round. Is that a nut?
Yeah, it looks like there's some kind of a nut and some kind of maybe dried holly or something like that. The publisher, when you work with a publisher, they put together a book cover for you and then they show it to you and they're like, what do you think about this? Right. And they asked us before, they said, so like, what do you think the cover should be? And so we gave some ideas and then they put this together and it's so interesting when you see it. It's like, well, that's not what I was thinking, but I like that. Yes. And so we were like, wow, yeah, that's not what we had in mind, but we felt that it was so great.
Stars and wonder.
Yes. They just,
It's the North Star, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The Lord himself.
Yes.
So tell me, is it short paragraphs?
Short paragraphs, easy to read. It should only take you about 5 or 10 minutes a day if you're doing one of the entries.
Right.
And it goes into the new year. So I think it's easy to think, oh, well, the Christmas season is half over, so what's the point? It goes into January.
January 6th
yes.
is Epiphany.
Epiphany, yes.
12th day of Christmas.
Yes. Yeah. So you could continue reading this into January, and I think, go back and revisit some of the sections that you missed if you end up picking it up a little bit later.
So to start this beautiful book, you started just before Thanksgiving? Or at Thanksgiving?
You can start it around Thanksgiving, yeah.
It's like an everyday...
week of Thanksgiving.
It's an everyday critter.
Yep, every day there's an entry, and then it goes, again, Thanksgiving, Advent, Christmas time has, then that tells like the story of the birth of Jesus. It goes through Luke, I believe it focuses on Luke, the book of Luke, and then it has a section at the end that I really love. See if I can find it here. After you go through the whole Christmas time, then there's the whole section devoted to the new year, and that's The King Will Reign is the name of that section.
Yes,
and it's about it's about living with, like, how do we live? So Jesus came as a baby, he bled and died and rose again, and how does that then change the way that we should live? Not just what we believe and what we think, but how we live.
It's amazing what the Word, who is Jesus, who here is the Word as well.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, can you give me that picture of the Word, Jesus? That's why I like devotions and things like this. Because the Word is the Lord Himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I have another picture of the birth of His Majesty, the Lord Jesus, with Maria holding Him by the manger.
Wow.
So tell me more about the book, to finish it off.
Mm-hmm.
How do you finish it?
Once you're done with all of the entries,
You write down what you think?
you write down what you think, and
Yeah.
and hopefully it helps to just give a new perspective on
And-
life.
Yeah, and if you have questions about it, you have to go to a pastor or priest to ask more about it, because you just don't read the book itself. You have to go to church
Mm-hmm.
and get acquainted with the body, the congregation. And it's good to go to church to embrace the Lord Himself and take communion. Do you take communion?
Yes.
So,
Yes. The community is so important. We put together a discussion guide for church groups. So
Yeah.
if you enjoy the book, and maybe next holiday season you want to do it with your church group, there's a free discussion guide that you can download.
would you print it out like that? The free discussion thing for the whole fellowship hall, people who are of the congregation doing Bible study with the pastor or priest.
Yeah.
It's nice to have something
Yeah.
to refer to.
Yeah.
That book, and then what you are looking at to understanding, to ask questions to the pastor or priest. Hey, I think that's great.
Yeah.
Have you gone to many churches?
I reached out to almost every church in Fort Wayne to let them know about the book, and got some responses and
Yeah.
gave free books.
Okay, so what else are you working on for the future? The study guide, or?
For the future, we're working on our next book idea, and it will be similar to like a daily devotional.
Oh, is it like a continuation?
It's going to be focused on what's called ordinary time, and that's a time in the church calendar that it's not Easter or Lent or Advent or any of those fancy about the high. Exactly, it's the time in between, and it's called ordinary time. And we thought, wow, like there is a lot. Everyday life.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
And if someone's going through a hard time,
Absolutely.
like death or injury or stuff like that,
Yes, everyday life and just life.
how to cope with it.
Yep. That's what we want to focus on. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Are you going to be doing an audio book?
No, there's no audio.
Expensive
book.
critter, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it would be hard to do an audiobook with a daily devotional, but I wonder if there's a way that we could figure it out.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Online to read it, transcribing, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about, I wonder if we can figure that out to find a way to do it, because I know audio is just so popular
It is,
these days.
especially when people have trouble seeing.
Yeah.
When you get older, the parts are out.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is basically what age group?
This would be, well, the publisher's target demographic is a wide range. They tend to create books that will appeal to people ages 30 to 70. So it's a wide range, and we wrote it with that in mind. Like there's content in here that, like, we try to connect with the retiree at home and the
Shut-in.
the shut-in, the person who might be in a hospital, the person who's home with young kids, the person who's working, all different kinds of people.
It
Yeah.
strengthens their belief in the Lord Himself. Will you be writing children's books? Something similar to that? There's a thought.
Yeah.
I write children's songs. People sing it, I don't. I just a lyric.
Oh, that's so
A
fun.
lyric. Something. Lyricist. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello. Anyways, what are your plans? You and Hannah's plans for the future besides doing the next one after
The
that?
next book. Well, we are at church together, and so working, like brainstorming and supporting the church body and building up our church body is something that we are both very
Is she a pastor?
passionate about. She recently took on a leadership role at the church, so yeah, she's helping to
She's helping
guide the
pastor.
congregation.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So that's something that we do. I've got young kids at home. She has kids at home, so we
It'd be great to
we
read
parent.
to the kids.
Yes.
As children's
yes,
thing.
yes,
Because they would understand. You wouldn't believe how well they understand things. You know,
yes, yeah.
they catch on. So, yeah. Well, you know, we are getting towards the end of the show. You have got an awesome book.
Thank you so much. It's
The Lord is
So
an
fun.
awesome God.
yes,
Is that song, eh?
yes.
Yeah, ain't that pretty? Thank you very much. You know, we got split.
Yeah. It's been so amazing talking with you, Patty.
I
I love
know.
this. Yes.
I'm too humble. Thank you, Amanda.
Mm-hmm. Luedeke.
Luedeke.
Yes.
This is you in there.
I know. It's confusing.
Silent, right?
Yes.
Okay. Amanda Luedeke. And next time I'd like to talk with you and Hannah. How do you spell it?
Opliger.
Opliger.
I was second guessing it there for a moment.
Okay, well, you know, this is Patty Hunter, Patty's Page, saying goodbye to my audience. I hope you enjoyed this interview I did with Amanda. So, Amanda, thank you so much for coming on to my show.
Yes, thanks, Patty. I appreciate it so much.
Godspeed, my love, until we meet again. You're always in my heart and every dream. Don't let this time apart give in to all our fears. God will keep us close from up above. So until we meet again, Godspeed, my love. God is with us always, and for the rest of